Right guys, Shay here, Uneven Bounce, hope you guys are well. So it's Sunday, January 26th, and this is going to be my first video, which is going to be, well, loosely titled, The Last 7 Days of Cricket. Basically, it's a weekly roundup of what's been going on in the international game. I'm constantly thinking about how to kind of structure the videos on the channel going forward. It'll only be going a few weeks, but just kind of working the best way forward. And I thought that a good idea would be to, I also obviously look at mainly covering kind of the current affairs in cricket, during the course of each week, and then obviously I'll be focusing heavily on the England cricket team as well as South Africa as well. Obviously primarily England, but I thought just obviously I still obviously, I said before previously on my India Australia review ODI series video that I'm interested in obviously many different teams. So I think the best thing to do was that I'll cover like the teams, the majority of the teams that are playing in the previous week in one video, and whether I cut them up into individual segments, I'm not sure, or just do like one long video, which I'm going to do today, and then in the description I'll basically put the times of each kind of topic. So like for example, West Indies versus Ireland, I'll put that, so how long it takes, and obviously then it goes to New Zealand versus India, and so on and so forth. So anyway, we'll get to it, guys. So first things first, I've got some notes this one because obviously there's various games happening, or have happened over the course of the last week. The first one that I want to discuss briefly was Pakistan versus Bangladesh in the T20s. The first thing I'll say for this is that I'm just really happy that cricket's now back in Pakistan and they're not playing in the UAE anymore. It's really good to see. I know Sri Lanka did a short series there, and obviously they were the ones were attacked, weren't they, in 2009? But excuse me, and so it's good to see Sri Lanka go back. It could have been obviously any other teams, but obviously Sri Lanka went back and they play cricket in Pakistan again, which is good. The Pakistani people are so passionate about the cricket. They love the cricket so much. It's been a bit of a shame for over 10 years now that they were having to go and watch it, or best part of 10 years having to go and watch it in the UAE. Pakistan was playing there, so it's good to see it back in Pakistan. It's a full series that Bangladesh are playing. I'm sure everyone knows. ODIs, tests, and T20s, but it's been split. So they're playing the ODIs. I think it's actually might play a test now. They play 2 tests, 1 ODI and 3 T20s. They're playing T20s now. And then you've got I think it's the test, and then they come back for the ODIs. But I know it's split between now and they come back in April. So, hopefully Bangladesh will go with like a skeleton kind of coaching team. Russ Domingo, he hasn't got a lot of his guys alongside him, but hopefully if everything goes well, I'm sure it will do. They'll return for the leg in April. But yeah, so the first 2 matches have happened. Pakistan won both. The first one wasn't that. The first one actually, they won by 5 wickets. Won by 5 wickets. Second one, they won by 9 wickets, much more comfortable. I was pretty shocked, to be honest with you, just before the series started, that they recalled Mohammad Hafiz and Shoaib Malik, obviously with a view to the T20 series. They've got Babar Azam there, who's probably the best T20 player. I think he's actually officially the best T20 player on the planet. Going to the rankings, but they've got him there as captain now as well, at the top of the order. But maybe brought him back, Hafiz, and then Shoaib Malik for experience leading into the World Cup in a few months' time. Well, say a few months' time, it's 10 months away, but still, they're not, they're not going to age obviously more than a year, are they? So, they probably can add some experience to the team at that point. I'm quite fascinated, to be honest with you, with Pakistan, their bowling attack. They obviously played a 60-year-old Naseem Shah in Australia a couple of months ago. And now they've got, obviously, you've got Shaheen Afridi, and you've got Mohammad Hasnain. Haris Rauf got picked up for this series, this T20 series, but with those 3 guys, Mohammad Amir, I'm not sure he's in the squad, but he's not played so far. So they've got a nucleus of really good white ball bowlers there. Because I've always been fascinated with the fact that Pakistan have always been able to just bring through these just young take away fast bowlers. I mean, to me, I love the West Indies of the 80s and 90s, but I'll tell you what, for me, watching Wasim Akram and Waqar Younis together in tandem, flipping, I just loved it. Absolutely loved that stuff. Yeah, I love watching fast bowling. You know, as a leg spinner myself, but I just always love watching fast bowling. But, you know, watching a deadly fast bowling, pair work in tandem from both ends, just, I love it. You know, Lillian Thompson, because I know more recently likes of Stale and Stain and Morkel, Broad and Anderson, you'd say Cummins and Hazelwood or Stark and Hazelwood. You go back a little bit and you go, well, Lee McGraw. You know, it's just, you know, I just love really great fast bowling pairs. I think just great to see. So Pakistan have won the first two T20s, which is good. And the third one's happening, I think, tomorrow. It's the third one. So yeah, that's the first series that I wanted to cover. Next, I'll go to West Indies versus Ireland. The third T20s occurred actually in the past 7 days. Where West Indies won quite convincingly. Lendl Simmons scored 95, I think it was. Lendl Simmons, you talk about comebacks. You know, about Hamid Hafiz and Sean Malik. Lendl Simmons just turned 35. I remember Lendl Simmons playing against England, I think opening a test match batting for the West Indies in 2009. You know, 11 years ago now. He was young, obviously, he was 24 or something, and he was clueless. You know, like, what the hell's going on? You know, so he was kind of thrown to the wilderness for a few years there. Now he's back and he's done really well. So he hit 91, I think 40 balls, wasn't it? 91 or 40 balls in that third T20. That happened a few days ago now. But I think it's actually a lot this time last week. But you know what? I wonder how much it's got to do with Pollard coming in as captain. Because what I've liked since Kieron Pollard coming back to the team as captain is that he's brought his buddy Dwayne Bravo back to the side, and obviously Lendl Simmons. Now, obviously Dwayne Bravo's another guy. It's just like a week of the heroic comebacks, isn't it? Like just guys plucked from the wilderness. You know, Dwayne Bravo didn't even officially retire. I forgot. You know, I thought after the travesty of the India tour, I thought he would have been done. Kind of unofficially, kind of like KP was for a few years, where he didn't officially retire, but there's absolutely no way the guy was getting a recall. Obviously, we changed administration. Obviously, Kieron Pollard coming in as well now as captain. Obviously, he probably put his foot down to this, and I want these guys. I think these guys can help, because obviously he's got his ear to the ground and he's aware of what these guys are capable of. And you know, I couldn't imagine it'd be too easy to kind of disagree with Kieron Pollard or 6'5" of him when you're sitting in a room opposite him discussing his election. You know, if he wants Dwayne Bravo, he's getting Dwayne Bravo. Lendl Simmons is a bit of a left field pick, but good to see. He's obviously done well, so we'll see how it goes on for the rest of the year. I'm not sure if they play any more cricket before the South Africa series. I don't think Lendl Simmons has been picked up for an IPL contract. Obviously, Pollard and Bravo will be going. Well, Pollard definitely is. I'm not sure if Bravo's got a contract either, but I'm sure he'll be getting some kind of T20 cricket in between now and the South Africa series. But yeah, it's good to see, anyway, these people going back. Pollard's done pretty well with the bat and ball, actually. I think he's actually a good leader. I think it was a good move, actually, by WICB to remove Holder as the white ball captain. He probably doesn't agree with that, but I think he's really come on as a good test player, and I think they probably need a real shoe-in for that white ball side, and Pollard obviously is that now. So if they can get Dre Russell back into the team, I'm sure he'll be fully available, you know, come the World Cup. Obviously, he's been playing BPLs and now he's pretty resting up again. But I'm sure come World Cup he'll be fit, won't he? So the rise seems to be off the board, not been picked. Yeah, Carrie Pierre and is it Hayden Walsh, the leg spinner, who've been playing for them, and they've also got that middle order, that young middle order now of Hetmyer and Nicholas Purran, who look really good. Shai Hook didn't play in the series. Surprised by that. He's done okay in white ball over the last 12 months, but he didn't play this series. Keswick Williams played. Yeah, he played. Keswick Williams, Chadwick Walton. That's if you ever seen it on YouTube, go and look that up. It's brilliant. So yeah, Keswick Williams played. O'Shane Thomas, I think he might have played one game. I'm not sure actually if he did. I think he played the ODIs. I don't think he played the T20s. But yeah, anyway, it could see resurgent West Indies. And I think I'll probably talk about that actually in another video. That, you know, I'm very much of the opinion that I want I want every nation to be competitive. You know, I mean, I know it's difficult, but the more nations we have that competitive, the better for the overall game. I don't want to see a situation where it's India or Australia or even England dominating, you know, for too long. You want it to be competitive all round, and so you want South Africa and West Indies and Pakistan and Sri Lanka, all those countries to be really strong as well, because it just makes for better, you know, viewing, isn't it? Really, when all these teams play each other, you know, it's like I always like thought with England, like when you play against like West Indies over the last like 15 years at home, I was like, oh shit, West Indies, okay, guess. And you saw that in the attendances, you know, where he shoved the some of the matches, like, yeah, just park them off at, you know, what was Chesney Street or Rose Bowl, and now it's GS Bowl, obviously. And obviously Durham Shades Riverside, but you know, there's always like this kind of just test phase in these smaller countries or these, you know, weaker sides in the smaller grounds, because you couldn't fill, you know, the grounds out. You know, Lords weren't taking them all the time. You know, neither the Oval. They weren't gonna use the kind of elite grounds to host, were they? You know, these teams. But I'm really hoping that I just think I'm really strong, in particular the West Indies and Pakistan, but just West Indies just makes for a much better and healthier cricketing landscape. Do you know what I mean? So I want West Indies to thrive. I want them to get better. I really wish we could go back to the 90s when you just get the shit out of batsmen. You know, he's like, obviously towards the end was obviously, well, it was Marshall and obviously Ambrose and Walsh, I remember obviously very well. Just, you know, destroying batsmen, you know, just scaring the crap out of these guys, you know. Obviously Patterson was at the end of, start of the 90s as well. Then you have people like, even Winston Benjamin was alright, do you know what I mean? Ian Bishop, who I just think Ian Bishop was a travesty what happened to him. If it weren't for his back, I reckon Ian Bishop would have done superb. I think it would have been a phenomenal fast bowler, Ian Bishop. Fantastic bowler, Ian Bishop. You know, that was a real shame about him, Pat Bishop. I'm pretty sure he played in 95 series in England. With Laurel's Majestic, but I remember Bishop got Alex Stewart with a ball that like basically veered in towards leg stump and just swung away. Stewart had no chance, clipped it I think to second slip from memory, but I remember just the beautiful amount of swing he got on the ball, just the amount of sideways movements he able to generate, such a high, you know, high arm action. It was a real shame Ian Bishop, you know. I think he would have gone on to be one of West Indies' greats. I really do. Great bowler, a real shame. Malcolm Marshall, obviously, how could we forget, you know, all those players, but, you know, I'd love to see that again, but I don't think it will, unfortunately, just because of the way the wickets are prepared now in West Indies. But anyway, yeah, so this, anyway, the series was tied between Ireland and the West Indies. Yeah, Ireland scraped by in the first match, first T20, and obviously West Indies ran away with it in the third. The second one was washed out. So, yeah, West Indies won by 9 wickets in the third T20. So yeah, anyway, so that's it for that segment, the West Indies versus Ireland. Next we have New Zealand versus India. In the 3 T20 matches, the last one is, I think, being played tomorrow in Hamilton. The first 2 matches have been played in Auckland, Eden Park. India won both matches, India won both. They won the first match by 6 wickets, and they won the second match by 7 wickets, so chasing both times. Very different matches though. The first one was a bit of a run fest, which you expect at Eden Park on those short boundaries. They hit 203 for 5, New Zealand, and India knocked them off. Lost 4 wickets. KL Rahul and Shirazaya both got 50s. So it was good. And the second match was much more low scoring. New Zealand scored 132 for 5, India 135 for 3. So today. I think I got a few more runs. Excuse me. I think I'm sure I as well got runs today as well. Got, I think 40 something. Excuse me. Sorry. So India have taken an unassailable 2-0 lead going into the third T20, which is tomorrow, in Hamilton. So change of ground, could we change the results? Maybe we'll see. Maybe India will tinker with the squad, make a few changes. New Zealand, we'll see. They've done okay. Williams made runs, Taylor made runs. A guy called Tickner who came into this team is he's still there. Don't know. I don't really rate him, to be honest. I think he's alright. I mean, I don't think anything special. I think Mitchell Santner is way better. I don't even really rate Santner that much either, to be honest. And that's the thing now, isn't it? Like spin bowlers, you just feel like there's a lot of them pretty crap in it that like actually do reasonably well on the international stage. And I'm not sure it's because of batsmen's techniques. Monday batsmen's techniques are just worsening, against spin bowling, or is it? It's just a lack of quality spin balls coming through. So like, we use because it's more competitive, like the real, cream will rise to the top, but the cream, as far as I can see, is pretty sour. I know it's a horrible metaphor, and apologies, but that's basically what I'm trying to say. Is that like, the guys that are coming through now, maybe the competition's just not there anymore, in places, I'd probably say outside the subcontinent, particularly India. But that being said, in India, I mean, they're substituting very good spinners. Not as good as they used to be, but good spinners. But the fast bowling, I mean, the fast bowls are really coming through, aren't they? So, as I was saying with Chahar and Dhaka, the last 12 months. So, anyway, so India have taken a 2-0 lead in that series. Obviously, they've had a whirlwind, all right? They've had a whirlwind time of it. Obviously, playing Australia in the 3 ODIs. Then they played, Sri Lanka, initially. And he played at home. Then the Australia, he played at home. And now they've come to New Zealand. So they're probably just getting the squad together, get it all ready again for the winter, for the World Cup. I'm not sure again who they're playing. I need to really check out the schedules for the FTP for all the teams, really. I've got an idea of some, but I'm not sure exactly who India have got next. I know they're touring Australia at the end of the year, which I absolutely cannot wait for. That's just going to be brilliant. So we'll probably be, the first and second best team in the world against each other. But there's a far different Australian team that India will be facing compared to the last year when they won. When they won the Test series over there. But anyway, so yeah, they've won. Yeah, taking to the lead, going into the third match tomorrow. And finally, we have the Test match between Zimbabwe and Sri Lanka, which Sri Lanka ran out resounding winners by 10 wickets. Angela Matthews with a double 100. They started well actually. Zimbabwe, they batted, I think they made 370 the first innings, but then I think Sri Lanka piled like 550 something. Was it 550 something? I actually wrote it down, but I think it's 500 or something. I think it's about 550, and then Zimbabwe capitulated in the second innings, 180 odd, and then Sri Lanka knocked them off in like two or three overs or something. Good to see Zimbabwe playing cricket again after the major issues they had last year with the ICC. They were actually banned, weren't they, briefly? But obviously now they've been sanctioned to play again. Sri Lanka obviously gone there in this Test match. But yeah, so it's just good to see. I mean, obviously Zimbabwe have been buoyed by the fact they've obviously got Brendan Taylor and Kyle Jarvis back in the setup now. They left last year, in fact. I mean, it didn't really work out for them, did it, Brendan Taylor and Kyle Jarvis? I mean, Taylor did okay for Notts. Kyle Jarvis did okay for Lancashire, but they wanted to, obviously those counties wanted to move on. Brendan Taylor ended up playing second 11 cricket, and so was Kyle Jarvis in the end. So they obviously want to go back to Zimbabwe and get back into international cricket. So that's obviously there. Craig Irvine's still there. There for a long time now. Shaw Williams, who's captain. Sikandar Raza, who's done pretty well for himself actually, even outside of the Zimbabwe setup, and played quite a bit of T20 franchise cricket. And they've got some new guys that really know. Like, I mean, Chapano's been there for a while now, but they had a couple of new opening batsmen. Kasavari, I can't remember. Some guys that have come in. But yeah, they look okay. Zimbabwe, I mean, not great. Obviously, I think them obviously with Ireland it's going to take a long time. I mean, it took Bangladesh, let's be honest, like 15 years to get competitive, wasn't it, really? They've been around for 20 years now, so Bangladesh. Since their introduction to international cricket. Well, I should say the top 10 nations of international cricket. But it took a good 12 to 15 years to get really competitive, you know. Now they're a good side. Hopefully it won't take that long for Ireland, especially. I mean, Zimbabwe obviously been there all the time. They've got a lot, I don't know what's going to happen with them, to be honest with you. You know, the administration's still got some problems there. Hopefully they can get their act together in the next 5 years. We can see a more resurgent Zimbabwe. Ireland, I put them in the same boat now as Bangladesh 20 years ago. I hope it doesn't take them too long to kind of find their feet. I hope within 5 to 7 years they're a competitive outfit. The problem is obviously that any really good team, really good players that play for Ireland are probably going to look to play for England, like Owen Morgan, and obviously, did Tim Murtagh qualify for England at all? Was he, did he actually put his name in the hat? I'm not sure he did actually. He's now obviously playing for Ireland, but he's old, like almost 38, isn't he? I think about, oh God, what's his name? Bud Rankin, who was Ireland, went to England. Was in that 2013-14 Ashes squad, wasn't he? I picked basically because of his height, because of what happened in 10-11 series. Didn't work out from there, played the final test, didn't do anything really. Ended up going back to Ireland. But he's 36 now himself, or he's 36, so you know, I'm not sure how much he's got left in the tank, to be honest. He never did have much of a tank anyway, did he? So he's probably going to be on his way out anyway soon. I saw Paul Stirling still doing pretty well. Will Porterfield's gone now. They had a guy called Sibi Singh, new guy. Adair seemed okay. So I mean, George Dockrell's still there. I remember George Dockrell was tipped to play for England in tandem with Graham Swan a few years back when he was playing for Somerset. But I don't know where he plays now. Has he even got a county contract? I don't think he does. Excuse me. But yeah. So I mean, I'm going about Ireland now, but I should have talked about Ireland before when I discussed the West Indies Ireland series. But we'll say, whilst this could see Zimbabwe back, I hope that these teams like Zimbabwe and Ireland can just get their act together. Not so much with Ireland, but Zimbabwe definitely. But ultimately, both become competitive nations within reason, and give some of these big teams, the larger nations, more established nations, a good game. Good to see some upsets. I mean, we almost got one, didn't we, with Ireland England, a few months ago. That would have been great for cricket. But obviously didn't happen. But anyway, that's it. Yeah, so that's the Zimbabwe-Sri Lanka test match. And that's it, guys. So that's it. That's my roundup for the last 7 days. Apologies, bit of a waffle. It's quite late here, to be honest, like almost midnight. And I'm pretty tired. But I just wanted to kind of get something out there because I haven't posted for a few days. Tomorrow is what is likely to be the end of the test match. Maybe not. South Africa might hang on to Tuesday, the 5th day. But I imagine that England will make fairly hefty inroads tomorrow. So I'll be probably post. If it finishes tomorrow, I'll post tomorrow night with my review on the test match. I've been watching quite a bit of it, so it's been good. And yeah, I'll just kind of stick to the current affairs for this week, coming up in cricket and whatever I think is of interest. So that's it from me. If you enjoyed the video, please do like it, share, comment. I always say comments. That is the whole point of this channel, for you to comment so we can get a bit of a debate going. That'd be great. And most of all, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. All right, cheers.